Welcome to our channel, Loving Handcrafts by BMW. This is Brenda. So today I'm bringing you a patriotic themed project. It's from my favorite crafter, Leo, and his team from Dreaming Tree. So this particular item is a file I've had, and as you can see, it's a paid file. So you purchase it from Dreaming Tree. You add it into your create an account, add it to your cart, and away you go. It's a really fun project. It's really quick. It's one of their simpler projects. So I'm going to take, I've already downloaded the file and then uploaded it in Design Space. So let me just take you over to Design Space. So we're in Design Space, and let me just do a new canvas for you guys. I'm going to save this and just start fresh so you can see what it looks like. I'm going to select upload. I've already uploaded in a project, so I'm added to the canvas. I'm going to click add canvas, add to canvas. And then this is how it comes in. It comes in fairly big and grouped. So if you want to work with this individual, all the layers. So for this particular download, I just going to I just want to move things around, get a better view of it. So the only thing, remember, this is from an outside vendor base. So you're going to want to attach these score lines. So for this project, I didn't do the solid score line option. I just kept it as a cut line. Just attaching an outside vendor, attach those score lines in order for everything. So let me not attach one of the score lines, and when you click to make it, let's see what happens. Just in case you don't know. Does this happen? So if it has happened, it's happened to me. So if it happens to you, you'll know how to fix it. Clicking me? Okay, there we go. And I'm going to do on matte. I like this project because it's not a lot to do. I don't have to do, see, that's what I'm talking about. See that? I call that a rogue score line. So you have to fix that because it's not attached to any. I'm going to click cancel. Like it's that one because it doesn't say score line. So once you do that, that's all that you really have to do. The only thing I ran into was with this. I had 12 by 12 cardstock for most of the project except this. I have some 8.5 by 11. And I can show you how I fixed this if you ever needed to know to get this to do on one mat. I'm sorry, an 8.5 by 11 cardstock because it's going to go for size. You don't want to change the sizing. What you want to do is click on contour at the bottom. And then I'm going to hide two of these. I'm going to click on any of these items and both of them. Now that's still there. Have that one piece there. And I'm just going to duplicate this. And this should actually fit on an 8.5 by 11 foiled cardstock let's see if I did it right. So I'm going to click on make it again just to get the lay of the land since I made some changes before I commit. I'll click on confirm. So This is fine as is, so I'll just change my size of my material to 8.5 by 11 because that's the vellum layer. Cursor, work with me. My cursor. There we go. Going to this that looks fine. I'm gonna leave that as is. Okay, so let's see if I can change this size. So 8.5 by 11, and that's how you fix that. Sometimes you have to do that. Like some of the color choices that I have might not lend itself to 12 by 12 size paper. So that's your fix. Okay, so everything looks good. I don't think my machine turned on, so let me go turn that on. Boom. Once everything looks like you want it to, looks perfect. And clicked on. There I go. Continue. And then we'll wait for it to come. Maker 3 today. Any day now. So since I'm going to start with vellum first, I'll just make sure I do vellum. I already had that bookmarked. And then for the rest of the items, it's just going to be on medium cardstock, and then you're good to go. So I'm going to take you to the other side of my craft room where it's printed out. I'm sorry, I always say that. Cut it out. I always thought about that last night, where I have cut it out. And then once it finishes cutting, I'll bring you back to the assembly. So enjoy. So I'm back, and let's take a look at this. Here's all of that's what it looks like assembled. I've already done it. So you can put your tea light in there. You can put your pens, pencil, whatever, whatever desk debris you have. Now we're going to be taking a look at the different components that make up the pot or the tea light. So we're going to start with the actual panel, the base. These are the components that go onto the side. So I've already done that. Here's the base. It's already been scored. And that's the other part. So everything looks good. So I'm going to fiddle with this glue for a minute. We'll see how this turns out. So I've already scored it. And I'm just doing a dry fit, putting in those tabs. So it should come together fairly easy and quickly. So I'm just fitting it in. Just making sure I got everything folded and properly. So we're going to start on this end. We're going to tuck those tabs in. And I'm going to start by gluing this side. If I can get my glue to work. So this is not a good time of the year for me and my husband. Our dogs really hate the fireworks, and so does my husband. It is not the best time of year. It's not our favorite holiday. Okay, let me see if I can get this going. Okay, so I'm just going to little bit dots of glue here on the tabs, and that's all that you really need. Make sure I'm in a frame for you. All right, well, try again. I used it earlier today. I must have left it open. Now it's just stuck. It's really making a dip. Glue. Work with you, mama. Work with. All right, I'm going to have to take the cap off. Excuse me. I don't know. Maybe this will. Gotta go from the other side. I don't know what's got. I said I used it earlier, so I may have left the pen out to started drying. So we'll give it one more try. Hopefully this will work. Okay, and yay, it did. Okay, here we go. So what you're wanting to do is get the tabs as closest to this line, and you want to line it up pretty good. That's what I'm doing. I'm taking my time and using my finger to get that lined up. When I get it lined up, I'm going to hold on to. So let the glue catch. And come. And I'm wiping the excess glue away. Again, you really want to get this lined up. I'm trying to stay in frame. So, all right, let's get the other side. So a little dot of glue goes a long way. Sorry, I just had to see it for me. Okay, there we go. So we're gonna line the next side up. So we're gonna try to get those. So you can kind of like have a seamless thing going on. So it can be seamless. And if you don't get it quite lined up properly, you can always, before the glue sets, take it apart. And you want to pinch it and make sure. Those tabs are so delicate that you really want to make sure you get it. Looking good. Right. All right, so we're going to go to the next side. So we're going to fold that back just a little bit, just to expose that. And then you're going to do the same thing that you did on the other side. You're going to fit those in. Tab A to slide. There you go. Not too much glue. Sorry. I see it. Oh, butterfingers. Okay, here we go. So again, line up those tabs. Get those sides butted up against each other. And you can see I was trying to point out earlier, I got a little tear there, but it won't be a problem.
Yes.
The better you do getting it aligned, the better it's going to be. Axle together better your base. It give it a few minutes to set. Like watch 'em. Right, so we're to the next side. That one. That's my favorite craft. Maybe a little bit too. So you're gonna have to wipe off the excess. This is the hardest side to do because you gotta get your finger in there the best you can to hold down the tab till it sets. So it's the most challenging. There we go. Yeah. And it keeps slipping out of place. But you'll eventually get it. Yeah, gotta make sure that's okay. Just just looking at it. Okay, there we go. All right, so now you're ready to do the three sides. So you're going to start with the side and you want to lay down a beaded glue because you're going to do all three sides together. You're going to lay down another beaded glue on the opposite side and then you're going to hit the front. And you want to get it out as close to the edge as possible because you want that the lid to flip. So you're going to fold it down to yourself and get that uh, front piece attached and lined up, and then everything else should fall into place. This can be tricky. I just got to scooch some stuff. Okay, scooch, scooch. Oh, yeah, it's a bit tricky. And then you just push in the sides till you get it all lined up. Bring it closer to your face if you need to see it, and then press down. Yeah, with your very delicately because there's nothing in the middle of that. Looks pretty good all the way around. Just checking. And then you can, yeah, then put enough glue right there. So let's do that again. I didn't paint it to the edges, Leah. Okay, perfect. Wipe up the excess as your fingers. And what you're going to do is flip it on your desk, just kind of rub it, to get it to catch. And then I'm going to use this side as my pretty side, top of my base. So I'll just lay that to the side. Oh, and then we're going to go ahead and put together the actual box. And that's the base. Um, so I'm just trying fitting it now, just to make sure I got everything aligned. And there's a right and a wrong side, at least to me. I'm just trying to make sure I get it aligned properly. All right. So you want to make sure that you get the rocket science. Don't have to be so persnickety. It's just get it on there. Okay. Yeah, so I would say is you want to make sure that you get the score lines lined up, the top and the bottom. It's better that you do that now, the easier the others.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna lay down a beat. I got some excess, wipe it off. So just line it up as best you can and make sure that you're paying particular attention to the bottom score lines, making sure they look seamless, and also to the top. That's where you're going to make it like perfect joint so it can be seamless. And if you got to get in there, apologize for my hair. I got to get in there to look at it. There we go. Perfect. I flip it. Whoops, too fast, too fast. Got to flip it over. Make sure it gets good contact. And once it gets contact, you're going to fold it over onto itself. And just make sure it aligns. It looks really good. There we go. And yep, so I'm going to fold this tab. And then I'm going to drop some glue on it. This box comes together so fast. This is a really simple project. So if you're looking for something simple from Dreaming Tree, this is the project. If you're wanting to start off simple and work your way up. Okay, so yeah, now if you aligned it properly, then it's going to just do exactly what it did. It's gonna lay down. And you just want to make sure that you have it aligned at the top and along the bottom as best you can. As Leo. Just inspecting that boy. Okay. Well, I don't want to use that. I just use it. That's not the way. So there we go. That's how it looks. Perfect. So now while it's still flat, we're going to fix the panel. So I did the other ones for you off camera. 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to do the 4th one. So the way this looks is the vellum is on bottom. The red is on top. The gold is on top of the red. And then the blue is on covering those stars. So we're going to start with the vellum. So when you're working with vellum, you don't want to use too much glue. So I'm just going to be using some dots of glue because the vellum, the glue could just spread and get all over your vellum. So be very careful where you're laying your glue. And for the most part on this project, I'm going to be using a lot of just dots of, just makes it a little bit easier. Okay, so here goes the vellum glue. Goes on the bottom. Line that up. Make sure everything looks good. I will see when I smush down the vellum, the glue kind of spreads. That's why you want to use those dots of glue. Now here comes the gold. I'll be very careful with the gold. I'm going to use dots again because you can get glue on the gold foil on the front. And it just mars the front of the gold cardstock and it doesn't look. A piece of glue will work. So, I've got that good covering. Drop it down there. And lining up everything. And trying not to use my fingers that have glue. Yeah, just lining it up. Looks good so far. Making sure I have any hands. I got a little bit of glue on this side. Perfect. I wipe my hands off. Now from the blue. Again, since I'm putting this cardstock on some foiled cardstock, so I'm going to use those little dots of glue because I don't want it to seep out and get all over my pretty card foiled. And all I'm going to do is just line up those stars. And I can see the white, the vellum, to kind of line it up. And then I'll just pick it up and just look at it and make sure I got everything. And then that would be how you put together the rest of the panels if you cut it out. Okay, all good. Looking good. Got a little bit of glue there, so I got to wipe that up. Bye, 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 glue. That works. All right. So now it's time to put these 4 panels onto this. So you're going to kind of do the same thing. You're going to line up those stars and at the top. So I'm going to put some, right at the top. Using those stars as my marker and making sure I get them inflate. Okay, so here we go, putting down the line of glue, not necessarily a bead, but be careful because you have that vellum. So just be mindful of where you're putting the glue because I almost got some on the it, it comes through when the tea light's on there. So just line it up. It could perfect. Looking good. Yay. Yay. All right, looks good. Then we're gonna do the next one. And so you're just gonna repeat the whole thing. Yeah, just be mindful of where the vellum is and the openings. Here we go. Looking good. And round and perfect. So we are planning just to have like a good cookout worth of fly. We're not gonna do too much. I've got to work on Monday and he's off. So we're cooking tomorrow. So we can get I can just sleep in. And somebody's gotta sleep in. And I might as well be me on Tuesday. Very. All right. And look at that. So here we go. So, this is a really good item for if you're having like a really big uh barbecue themed party, even, you're having it outside and you put some table decorations and have like a tablescape. This is perfect for do 2 or 3 of them over on your picnic table. It works really well. Really like them. And with the tea lights in them, they're really beautiful. All right, good pressure there. One more to go. Yay! Good deal. Here we go. Sorry, I'm not in the frame. Come on, Brenda, put it back in frame. Trying to get all fancy with it. I did that one complete. I'm sorry I wasn't in frame. Here we go. Last up. Making sure the stars are aligned. And that's it. And so we're almost done. The only thing to do now is to go ahead and put the bottom on and yeah, here we go. So it's gonna work just like the top, the base. You're gonna glue the 3 side. Yep, you're gonna glue the 3 sides and then flip that top back down. Okay, so we're gonna do it again. So we're gonna make sure we get glue all the way to the edge. And then here's the front. Got that glued up. And then the other side, opposite side. And then you're just gonna flip down the tab. I'm done. Making sure I get good coverage though. Want that bad boy popping up. Okay, now just flip it down. And then if you do it correct, the front should just fall into place. Then just use your finger and smooth it through and use your fingers to guide and make sure it's all aligned. Nothing's over the edge. And then you can, once you finish getting that, you can flip it over and put it on your desk. And I'm going to grab nope, don't want to use that. That's not the one I really want to use. Let me grab a pencil like that. Oh, go ahead and get the space down. So that's to cover up the tab. So I'm just going to put just a little bit of dot glue, not too much, just enough bottom of the box just to fix it. Perfect. Now I'll grab a pen. I usually have my wooden dowel. I don't know where it's at. Perfect. So now you just have to put this on top of that. And this is they don't have any guides. Leo usually gives you guides on where to place it. You're just gonna make sure that get it in the center and have an even spacing all the way around. So I'm gonna add some drops of glue, a fair amount of glue. Okay, put it back in. All right, perfect. Then I'm gonna check it all the way around. And then there we go. And then I'm gonna make sure I get it good. And then I'm gonna put these on the bottoms off camera. So you can see how that really makes it pop with having the little pearls, old pearls. Make sure I got that down pretty good. Make sure that base is solid. Yeah, there we go. So that's it. So if you like what I've done, please like, subscribe, comment, and have a happy 4th of July. And I will see you next time.